Welcome to NorCal Sports Network. And man, that was a tough loss tonight for the Giants. A horrible way to start, a road trip. The two things you don't want to do: start a road trip off like this and end a road trip.
Yeah.
So,
Mike,
you have a game like this, you hope it gets buried in the middle of a trip. But man, to start this road trip up, that game was in the bank, man. It was like that thing was in the bank with multiple FDIC insured. That game was
6-2 going into ninth. And Mike says it's that error. It's more than that error, Mike. It really is. It's more than that. It's more than that error. A lot more.
Oh, come on, guys. How about one?
Don't get me wrong. It was a huge part. It was a huge part.
Yeah, guys.
But that wasn't the only reason. Hey, let's talk about the bases loaded with one out and how many runs came across.
Yeah, one for 12. One for 12 with runners in scoring position tonight.
Let's talk about Luke Jackson, who has history as a late inning guy. He's closed in Atlanta, right? So he should understand what it means to come in the ninth inning with a 4-run lead, not a 2-run, not a 1-run, not a 3-run, 4 runs. So yes, he's got to take some blame. Doval, who is a closer right now, should not have allowed. How many runs did he allow across? 4 runs. Well, I shouldn't say allowed because some of them got on because of Jackson, but he didn't do his job either. There's a lot of people who didn't do their job. Come on.
Hey, Matthew, I saw that. I was just reading that to Eric. I was watching a little bit of Hum Baby's show and saw your comment. And I asked Eric, is that the same Matthew that's in our chat? Yeah. She stirred up trouble again on the Hum Baby. She was repeatedly insulting paid members who criticized the Giants at all. Her excuse was they were spreading negativity. I saw that. And then she says she's a survivor.
Well, I'm not going to talk about that.
But anyway, it's too bad for that. But somebody requested a live and suggested or put the Pirates hat on. Are you serious? Put the Pirates hat on after tonight? After they come back and beat our Giants? Come on. How can I do that?
It was huge. I'm not saying that it was huge. It played a big part in why the Giants lost, but there's other factors. Come on. Look, that happens, right? Errors happen, but your pitchers have got to be able to say, okay, yeah, they made a mistake behind me, but I'm going to pick them up and I'm going to get it done.
Look at that.
And he did
at least Dan isn't wearing a Pirates hat tonight after this tough loss. I wouldn't do that to you guys. Why would I ever put the Pirates hat on after a tough loss like tonight? Can't do that. You just can't do that. No, I'll put the DC back on.
Here's the difficult part about this, because now if you want to win the series, guess who you got to beat?
Jones and Skeens.
Yes, and those are the 2 best pitchers. So it's going to be tough. But hey, you know what? There's some of the guys are hitting. How about that? So it's Chapman. He's coming
hitting.
around, right?
Chapman's hitting.
Soler is doing jack shit. Yaz didn't do nothing in this game, but he's been doing okay.
I mean, you had Chapman go 2 for 4, hit a double off the wall, then the home run to straightaway center. You had Ramos get a hit.
Come back to earth,
dude. Flores get two hits.
Okay, real quick. I don't understand. Mike, what are you doing? Matos has come back to earth. He had a hit. You expect him to get 3 hits every game? Come on, man. This is baseball. It's going to happen.
What's Mike saying?
No, he said Matos came back to earth today. He's still hitting the ball hard, and he got a hit. Didn't he get a hit?
Yeah, he got 1 for 4. Yeah, and he scored. That's a hit. He scored a run.
You're not going to get multiple hits in every game. And yes, that was a big play by Marco. But you know what? How come no one's talking about the other defensive plays that Luciano made today? Because he made some really good ones during the game.
Exactly. He made that nice.
But everyone forgets about that. Yes, I understand the 9th inning, and it potentially cost you the game. But it was more than just that error that cost you the game. You had the bases loaded with 1 out, and you couldn't get a run across. In the 10th inning, you get the guy to third base, and you can't get him home from third base with I think they had 2 opportunities, right? Yes, they had 2 opportunities with the guy at third, and they couldn't get the guy in. I mean, so there's plenty of blame to go around. The team at the end of the game failed, and in the middle of the game when they couldn't get runs across. Come on, let's look at the entire. Yes, I understand the optics of the error looks bad, so everyone's just focused on that error, nothing else, just the error.
Yeah, you got to look at the whole picture. Also, the Giants were fortunate; they got 2 runs on the error by O'Neal Cruz, who dropped the pop up in the first inning, 2 unearned runs. So the Giants take a 2-0 lead right away. So if you take those 2 runs back,
right, then it would.
I mean, you look at the total overall box score. It was 1 error each. You had the error by Luciano, but people remember it because it was the 9th inning.
End of the game. Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
And it was. Let me just explain something about this error. One, it was an error, and it was a big error. But let's just look at it from this standpoint. The runner on second took off on contact. It kind of stopped Luciano from coming in to charge it as he wanted to charge it and try and turn 2. And then he held back and he was trying to get 2 instead of just get the easy out. If you'll notice, he did the next batter or 2 grounded to him. He just got the 1 out. He made sure he got the out.
Yes.
That's how you learn. You're going to make physical mistakes in this game. You're going to make mental mistakes. Physical mistakes, let me just say this, guys. Mental mistakes generally are considered by coaches worse than physical mistakes, because a physical mistake is a human error. We're human. He's going to miss. Guys are going to throw the ball away. Guys are going to drop the ball. But it's when you make a mental mistake that is what's really hard to teach. I mean, you can teach it, but you know what, guys? I just hope the Giants and Farhan and Melvin don't get frustrated with and put the blame on Luciano and send him down when Ahmed comes back.
Right.
Because
that's an excuse.
If they do that, the season will go right back to where it was in April. You will back to scoring 2 to 3 runs max a game, because Ahmed does not make the lineup, doesn't stretch it. What you got to do is find a way to keep Luciano in the game. And in games like tonight, where you're ahead after 7, you let Ahmed come in and play defense for the last couple innings. Did you notice that Bart came in to catch in the 10th inning tonight for defense?
He did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cameron says my plan would have worked tonight. Yeah, it would have probably worked if they would have had Ahmed. Ahmed's hurt. But I just hope they don't have a knee-jerk reaction and say,
correct,
okay, we're going to go only defense, and we're going to bring Casey up to be the backup shortstop behind, or be the, to me, is you brought Luciano up because you needed hitting. And it's not coincidental you swept the series, even though it was the Rockies, but you scored a ton of runs because the lineup was longer. So let's just realize he made a mistake, and let's just, he got 2 hits tonight.
He did.
He was 2 for 4. He didn't score any runs, but he's hitting .375. He's on base percentage is .444. I mean, he's actually just behind Wade on the club. And it's granted he hasn't had very many at bats, but his on base percentage is 100 points higher than actually Luis Matos.
Yeah, how about that?
So you can't just say, Marco doesn't belong here. We got to send him down. This is a problem. The Giants should have another option on the roster besides Ahmed that they can put in late innings for Luciano. I don't know who that is. I don't know if you bring in did Wisely, is he still up or did he go down?
No, he went down.
Okay.
I thought he went down, right? I thought he went down.
Let
I
me
think when
look.
Soler came up, he went down.
Let me just
And to answer Mike's question real quick, he says, "Why did Yaz pinch hit?" Come on, Mike, you know this team. What happened? Why didn't Yaz start?
because there was a lefty pitching.
Okay, and what happened when that lefty came out? Yaz came in.
I thought we were
easy enough, man. Come on.
I thought we were I thought Yaz was the everyday right fielder.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So we're back to
that's
this.
the reason why, Mike. It's a platoon.
Did you guys see Slater in the dugout tonight?
He was in there?
Yep.
Oh, so who's going down? Who's going down?
I mean, if he was in the dugout,
it's probably Ramos that's going to go down, right? Or is it Luciano?
They don't have room to bring Luciano down unless they bring Schmidt back up. So I don't know who they put down. Unless the logical choice would be this McKenna guy, right?
Okay. Maybe it's McKenna. We'll see.
I don't know how far away Slater is. Wasn't he just on the 7-day concussion?
Yes, correct.
Well, it's been over a week.
Who knows? I think they're stretching that out as far as they can.
Good to see Bailey back.
Yeah, Bailey came in there in the 9th. No.
Okay,
10th.
So Fitzgerald was optioned down.
Yep.
McKenna came up. Wisely is still on the roster. So I would think if you wanted a defensive replacement, you would put Wisely in at second and move Estrada to short. If you think that's a little better, or just, you know what, go sign a slick field and shortstop till Ahmed gets back. Hey,
real quick, Giovanni, I see you in the chat. You said your word is good as gold. I'll put the link out there a little bit later. You better join. If you don't join, then you're a liar. All right. Continue, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to do something. I mean, there's a lot of good things that happened tonight. Logan Webb pitched pretty good ball, although he did give up like 5 balls hit over 105 miles an hour, including
how about that 120? What?
Two of them, 121 and 120 tonight.
There was a 120. Well, I missed that.
Cruz hit both.
God.
One was an out. Cruz, let's see. I can't remember what inning it was, or it might have been a hit. Maybe it was a hit. I missed a couple parts, but I heard
the one he hit 120.4 was a single
at the end in the 9th.
That was in the first inning, second inning. No, I think it was later. It was in the beginning of the game.
Okay, then the one in the 9th was 120 as well.
That's what then that must have been. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So maybe somebody else. I had an appointment and I missed a couple innings.
I was getting my teeth cleaned today. I missed the first couple.
Send Dan down to Double-A. Nope, that's where Sable went. Sable went to Double-A, and the reason is because they're in Richmond.
Yeah,
and they're on the East Coast.
Geography. Geography.
If they go down a catcher, you can have Blake Sable there in a couple of hours.
Yep. From
Richmond to Pittsburgh or New York. But if you send them back to Sacramento, it's a pain. So this is a temporary thing. It
gives the club protection if something happens with Bailey.
Is Reitz on the roster too?
No, Reitz is in Sac.
No, on the 40.
Yeah, he's on the 40.
Is he still on the 40?
Yeah.
Well, they could. Let me just look at the schedule real quick here, because there is a situation where, let me look at this, pull this schedule up. Okay, so they got a 6-game swing right now, Pittsburgh and New York. Then they have a okay, they don't make another East Coast swing until July when they go to it, and that's not even really East Coast Atlanta. That's pretty close to Richmond, I guess. But they're not gonna. Yeah, I don't think they'd leave Bailey down there because June their road trips are Arizona and Texas, and then the White Sox and
Yeah,
Cardinals.
he'll come back to.
I mean the Cubs in St. Louis. I would think he goes. I would think he goes back. But anyway, so Michael Roeder says no. Estrada's not a shortstop. He's not really that much better than Luciano. Probably, you're right. I just don't know what they got to do if what they're going to do for a shortstop. You know, in the late innings, you're just probably going to have to go with Luciano and let him work through it. Either that,
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it personally. I let the kid play. They're saying what that Ahmed is a couple weeks away.
Damn,
Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what?
Wow.
I've seen that somewhere. But you know, this was a tough loss simply because you don't want to
start off a road trip with this kind of a loss.
And it's a bad loss.
That's what I was going to say. It's the type of loss really does have somewhat of an effect. It may hang with some of these guys. Hopefully it doesn't, but we'll see.
Okay, so Justin Kerwin's saying Ahmed can't throw yet. So yeah, he's going to be out a while.
He can't throw even when he's. What do you mean he can't throw yet? He can never throw.
He doesn't have the strongest arm. Let's just say that.
Dan, how many more times do we have to see Soler come up with men in scoring position and he cannot come through? He cannot do it right now. How much longer? Dan, this is May 21st. And he has yet to put it together.
I would put him down further at the lineup at this point, just to
7 or 8. But then again, I mean, you don't know when guys are going to be on base. I mean, it's kind of hard, but do you want him leading off?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
He's not hitting. I mean, if he was hitting some home runs or taking some walks or something.
Yeah, I mean,
it's tough, man. It's a tough watch when he comes up to bat.
Yeah, I don't know. Ryan says swap him with Conforto when Conforto comes back. That's going to be interesting. I've heard Conforto is getting closer, like within maybe a week.
Well, that definitely will send Ramos down or on the bench.
It better not send Ramos down. That would be.
If Slater comes back, Conforto comes back, where else? What are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, you talk about screwing with a guy's head. What's Ramos hitting right now? Ramos
at 270 something.
Ramos is batting.
Yes, Aaron.
Ramos is hitting 289.
There you go, 289
with a 769 OPS, home run, playing solid defense.
Yes, gives good at bats.
Yeah, they're gonna probably. Yeah,
maybe they get rid of McKenna.
I don't know if he can go down to. He's out of options, right?
And they just DFA him. Who is this guy? Who is this? He's not even part of it. Look, Ramos is homegrown, right? He's home. You're going to tell me you're going to send Ramos to AAA?
Hey, you can't tell me that Melvin's making the lineup out anymore.
Oh, Dan.
McKenna's in the lineup.
We gotta talk about this. We need to have a serious heart-to-heart. What is going on? Who's making a chat?
Farhan. Do a poll. Who's making the lineup? Farhan or Melvin?
Poll. Here we go. Poll.
You got 100.
Man, this is it. At first, I was like, no, this can't be. I don't know.
You think Melvin's going to play?
I don't know.
Ryan McKenna? Whose orders? I mean, he gets put on the roster. I mean, does this smell like Farhan or not? Remember how he brought up Ramos against the Miami Marlins in 22, opening weekend at home. And it's like, oh, yes, the Ramos era has arrived. And he's up for 3 or 4 games and goes down because they were facing 2 lefties against Miami or Florida or whatever you want to call them. What are they now? The Florida Marlins or the Miami Marlins?
Oh, Miami. Where are your Marlins on up?
Jeez. So you putting a poll out.
Yep.
Estrada hit the ball well tonight, hit the home run, the 2-run homer, and then hit another one to the warning track, the deepest part of the
Yeah,
the field.
410 marker. Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
he hit that about 400 feet. So that was encouraging to see. Chapman starting to hit well. Again, I don't think it lasts, but maybe I'm wrong. Wouldn't be the first time I've been wrong, or the last.
It's
I
out
would
there.
I would say that Chapman will probably stay fairly hot and then at some point cool back down.
We'll
I
see.
don't.
I'm just happy he's actually producing.
Yeah, it's nice to see him produce because it's good for the team in
They
many
need him.
ways. Many ways. They definitely need him. They definitely need him. But the Giants had 9 hits. But how about the 10th inning? The Giants get a man on third with less than 2 out and can't bring him in. Melvin pinch hits for Luciano with Wade, which is understandable, Wade. But who's going to play shortstop in second? I guess you were going to bring Wisely into the game in the or who did they bring in the 10th inning?
For who?
For Luciano. Who was playing short in that 10th inning? I didn't even remember.
Oh, good
Let's see.
question.
Wisely. Okay, I'm
Wisely.
looking at the
Okay, so
box score.
Wisely is
Wisely.
still here. Wisely is still
Yeah,
here. I thought he
yeah,
was there.
yeah. No, I've said he was here. Yeah. So Wisely came in to play short, and he literally one pitch and the game's
One
over.
pitch gone,
One
done.
pitch. Can you believe that?
But right up the middle.
I mean, and that guy they pinch hit for Connor Joe or pinch ran for Connor Joe. You can see why. That guy was
Michael Taylor.
Michael Taylor. Yeah. He was halfway around third base. He was like when the ball got to Matos in center,
he was already halfway to
home.
He
was 45, 50 feet from home. That was wild. That was wild.
Yep.
So
what did you make of the Giants' turn in the top of the 10th?
Like I just said, they had man on third,
right,
with 1 out,
and they had Wade. And I was like, you know what? I think Wade might be able to do something here.
Well, Wade, he missed his opportunity on 3.
He did.
I mean, you're never going to get a better pitch
down the middle. It was right down the middle.
You got to be
pitch.
Yeah, you got to be aggressive. I hope he didn't have the take sign put on him by Melvin, but
a 3-0 pitch down the middle, man.
Well, you don't want to get to the 2-strike pitch and face the splitter that Bednar threw. It was a nasty 3-2 pitch.
It was a great pitch.
And you can't fault Wade for missing it, but you gotta. That 3-0 pitch was a pitch to drive. You just needed the ball in the air. You got to score 1 in the 10th. You got to get at least the 1 because the home team. You don't score, the home team's got all the advantage.
Yep, they got the momentum.
It's just not momentum. It's situational baseball. You can bunt them over to third and sack fly them home. You could do all kinds of. You put pressure on the defense. The defense has to play in a bloop over the infield scores. You got to play in for the outfield on third because you're protecting against so much. It's just it's just unfortunate they couldn't score.
What did you think about Luke Jackson coming in the 9th inning with a 4-run lead?
Initially, I didn't have any problems with it because, but see, Duvall has been used quite a bit this year in non-save situations.
Yes, he has.
And so by using him in non-save situations, you had a chance. He had a day off Sunday, right? Mm-hmm. Sunday's game, let me just take a look at Sunday's box score. It was a 4-1 game, and Duvall did get the save in that game. So
And he had Monday off.
He had Monday off. He didn't pitch Saturday in the big 14-4 game. And I don't think he pitched. Let me go back to Friday's box score and see if he pitched. Did he pitch Friday? Let me look.
Can't remember.
Friday against, it was a 10-5 game. I don't think he was in that game, but let me just double check. Pitching. Come on, Giants. No. So he didn't pitch Friday. He didn't pitch Saturday.
He pitched Sunday, was off Monday.
So there was no reason to sit him. And the reason,
but what I'm asking is 6-2 lead. Is that a situation that you bring in your high leverage closer?
In an opening game on a road trip where you've won 4 in a row, I think you want to keep the momentum going. And I think we've seen Duvall pitch better in situations where he starts the inning versus comes in to the inning.
Now it's a chance he has to come out these next 2 days, because remember, you're going against Jared Jones and Paul Skeens, which may be a low-scoring game, and he may be called.
Well, he won't pitch in all 3 games.
No, but that's what I'm saying is if you brought in Jackson today, you're fine, and he could pitch those last 2. Then because he had 2 days off, he should be able to go back.
Hindsight's 2020, right?
Right.
I mean, so hindsight being 2020, I don't know if pitching Jackson. I mean, you could say that's a big part.
He's done this before in Atlanta. It's a 4-run lead. He had to execute, right? That's the problem. And let's talk about this. You have Duvall. Did he do his job as a closer?
No, but sometimes that's just going to happen.
It is correct. Right.
Sometimes
it just unfortunately it happened with Jackson. It happened with Duvall. It happened with Luciano.
Yeah, this is a game. This is a game the Giants, they had it won. It didn't look like they were going to be threatened all night long. I mean, when it was 4-1, and then it was 4-2, and then it was 5-2, then 6-2.
Yep.
And it was like you're thinking this game's in the bag. For them to lose the game the way they did, it's not ideal because you're starting off a road trip. You haven't played well on the road, your last road trip. You haven't played really well all year long. So, tough loss.
It's a tough loss.
And I don't know if they, you better win tomorrow. That's all I got to say, is because you're going to go up against Paul Skeens on Thursday morning, our time.
Yeah, if you don't win tomorrow, it's a good possibility.
Thursday morning, our time, it starts at 9:35. So that's, and then I was looking at the schedule. Interestingly, they play in Sunday. They have a getaway against the Mets, 1:40, which is kind of weird. A 1:40 start times. To me, that's an odd time on Sunday. I get the
Memorial Day
7:00 game or the, 4:15 our time, but usually it's like a 1:00 game. Games start. 1:40 is pretty late. And then, so let's say the 1:40, let's say the game starts at 1:40 in New York, right? And the game ends at 1:40, 2:40, 3:40, 4:15, 4:30. Okay? Ends in that time range. Team goes, gets showers, interviews, game ends 4:30. They're not getting out of Citi Field until 6:00, right?
Makes
They
sense.
get to the airport. They're getting to the airport as quick as, they're probably not getting on a charter flight until 7:30 New York time. All right.
Then hopefully there's no weather delay because then you're sitting.
Then you're flying to San Francisco nonstop. So let's say they get away 7:30, which is 4:30 Pacific time. Allow 5 hours. So they land about 9:30, right? Let's say they land 9:30, 10 o'clock. They get to their homes, 11, 12 o'clock Sunday night. They got a 2:05 game the next day on Memorial Day at home against the Phillies. And the Phillies are playing Sunday afternoon in Colorado. So who's going to be more
fresh,
time acclimated?
Yeah.
The Phillies play a game in, like I said, in Colorado. That's Sunday afternoon. And the game time for the Phillies in Colorado is 12:10 our time. So they get out of Philadelphia. Phillies leave Colorado no later than 6 o'clock Pacific, maybe 5, 6 o'clock. They're into San Francisco by 7:30, 8 o'clock.
You're correct.
They're getting to their hotel and they're
Well, it's only about an hour and a half ahead of the.
About 2 hours, but a flight from New York. I'm just
But it's
saying,
different going from East Coast compared
Yeah.
to Colorado. Yeah.
I'm just saying, Mike, I'll get to my point. I got to build it. Okay. It's called building a point. They're going to play the best team in baseball after this road trip. This is why you got to win games like tonight, because this can spiral into a 2-4 trip now. You see? You got Skeens and Jones.
Those are tough guys, man. Those are tough.
I don't think
they took care of Jones in Oracle. I don't know. We'll see how they get.
I don't think they're going to take a 3-game sweep against the Mets. I think they have a shot at winning the series.
Right, but a sweep that'd be tough in New York.
Pretty tough yeah. So let's say you lose. You have a possibility of getting swept here in Pittsburgh now.
It could happen.
We'll see. But you're going to face. You got to win these. You got to win. So I'm looking at Monday. Anything can happen. It's baseball, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking at Monday when they come home as a loss to the Phillies, the first game on Memorial Day, because they're going to be wiped out, and the Phillies are going to be somewhat rested because they're playing in Colorado. They're going to leave thin air, and it's going to be fresh of breath air when they get to San Francisco. All of a sudden, it's going to feel lighter, your lungs, and they're going to be somewhat rested. Where the Giants, so that's going to be a tough series. And then you got the Yankees right after that. You see, this is a very important road trip because games like tonight have the potential.
Have a lasting effect. Could have a lasting effect.
Have the potential to cause a kind of a little bit of a spiral, because you're playing the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are not a great team, okay? They're one of the teams that should finish under 500 for the season. The Mets are another team. And then you got the Phillies and the Yankees. 6 tough games.
That's tough.
Then you go for 6 tough road games. You go to Arizona and Texas. And then you come back home for Houston for 3, who's starting to play better.
Yeah.
And then you get the Angels, which should be a pretty easy series. And then you got to go to Chicago and St. Louis. So this is you got to win games like tonight when you're up 6-2, because these are types of games that, the best way to get over this is come out tomorrow smoking. But I don't know if the Giants have that in them.
We'll see. We'll see.
Blake
Snell goes tomorrow. What do you expect from Blake Snell?
I would expect a little bit better Blake Snell than we saw the first couple of games.
We'll see.
How many games did he pitch? 3 or 2?
3, I think. 3 before he hit the IL.
Yeah. I would expect a little bit better, but big but, does he have command?
That's going to be the question.
Because if he's flirting, he's not going more than 75 pitches tomorrow.
No.
So does he make it through 5 innings? His problem has been he can't get through 5 because he's thrown it 100 pitches through 5. He could be literally at 75 pitches after the 3rd inning.
Yep.
And he's done.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's only worked up to 60 pitches, I believe, in
something like that. Yeah. He didn't throw very many.
So I don't think he goes more than 4 innings tomorrow. I would be shocked if he gets into the 5th inning.
That means we'll see Jelly. We'll probably see Jelly.
Yeah, probably see Jelly. I would think the Pirates' game plan would be take pitches, work the count. Let's get into the bullpen by the 3rd inning. Let's see if we can get into the bullpen sometime in the 3rd inning. Maybe the top of the, I don't see Blake Snell making it in the 5th tomorrow. If he does, then he's doing pretty well because he's always had trouble getting through 5 because of the pitch count.
Correct.
And he's I think he's on a 70 to 75 pitch, about 75 maybe tops tomorrow. So,
I don't know why they didn't let him go longer.
Yeah. This ain't the real Ben Caspick right here.
No.
Can't be.
No.
I mean, I can't see Ben Caspick stooping to that level trying to promote his podcast in our chat. Yeah. Come on. That should be illegal, by the way, to put a guy's picture on you and call yourself Ben Caspick. Locked On Giants. Come on. That's ridiculous. Mike says he's nervous about Blake Snell. Yeah, I would be a little nervous tomorrow too, just because, like I say, if I'm the Pirates, I am not helping Ben Caspick. If I'm the Pirates, I am not helping Blake Snell by going after early pitches in the count. Because he's going to go 3-2 a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Don't sit there and go out and swing because it's, first pitch. Unless he's grooving pitches and you're seeing it, that's the only way. But you don't want to take outs because Blake Snell will throw. It seems like he has that fastball gets up there high and outside quite a bit. Brian Iglesias says, late to the party, but I never want to see Luke freaking Jackson take the ball in the 9th again. The 9th inning just does something to some guys, and it doesn't seem like he has it. Yeah, I agree, Brian. I was saying a little earlier, I think you're starting off, you've got a 4-game road trip. Camilo Doval did not pitch on Friday or Saturday, pitch Sunday, day off Monday. I think you want to get the win. Duvall's used to starting an inning instead of coming in, trying to shut it out, shut a fire down. Get the win, and you start the road trip off nice. The momentum's nice. You're on a 5-game winning streak. Now I was thinking the Giants might win 6 in a row my prediction of them winning 6. What was my prediction, Eric? They'd win 6 as be their max, and 5 would be their max losing streak this year. Yeah. I'm still going to hold to that. I'm still holding to that. So,
let's see who we got in here. There. Kilt, you're back, buddy.
What happened? Would you give Kilt the timeout?
No. Will banned him.
Banned him?
Moderators, yeah, on accident.
Oh, on accident. Okay. Kilt, my bad, bro. Okay.
That's what you get when you get an Army guy firing.
Oh, Army, Air Force taking a shot at the Army.
He left it wide open, man. He left it wide open.
Let's see. What am I reading here from Mike? I like giving you guys a hard time. I like Marco too. I guess it's just part of growing pains. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What is this one? Mitchell and Ness. Media 95.7 was coming down hard on ownership anxiety. Then we swept the Rockies and KMBR, and everyone was all giddy saying, see, just be patient with Zaidi. That is pissed me off. Okay, yeah. You can't, yeah.
You knew it was going to happen.
You know, baseball's just, you know, peaks and valleys. Remember, it's, you know, you're not going to have no 70% winning record in baseball. Tough to win 60% of your games. You win 60% of your games. What does that do? Put you at 98 wins? Doesn't that put you at 98 wins?
It's up there. I know that.
Let's see. I'll do it right now. 98 divided by 162, 60. Yeah, 60.49. So, yeah, you got to win 98 games to reach 600 ball. 97 gets you, well, 97 gets you to 598. I guess but in baseball, they don't give you the extra fractions, do they? It's just you're playing 598 ball, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, 598.7. So that's 599 ball. Let's see.
Talking about just great point, Will. Bobby Evans and Sabian's kids are going to save Farhan's job. That's pretty good.
I hope not.
I
hope the Giants don't say, oh, well, these guys are doing great and they're winning. Let's keep Farhan. No. Remember this, guys. And I heard this on the radio tonight listening because I was traveling a little bit. And I heard Fleming say something about the kids earning their way up. And I'm like, give me a break. They didn't earn their way up because they were earning their way up, but Farhan wouldn't bring them up, only brought them up because of injuries.
That's it. If there was no injuries, we'd still be seeing Ahmed, still be seeing Slater.
Yep. You would not listen, people. Ramos would not be here. Matos would not be National League Player of the Week.
Nope.
And Luciano would not be here. Who else wouldn't be here? I guess it's those three.
Just those
Casey wouldn't have made a trip up.
Schmidt would have been up. Yeah.
None of these guys are, you know, and yes, you have guys on your 40-man roster because of injuries so that they can come up.
Yes.
But the point is they were not going to be brought up because Farhan wanted to go with veterans, and not good veterans, average veterans. I would put Austin Slater at this point in his career at average, maybe slightly below average. Nick Ahmed, average. Who else is out there? Yaz, you know, above average defensively, average.
You think Slater's average?
I think I said he's slightly below. I think he's
Okay.
slightly below average.
I think he's definitely. I mean, right now he's batting a cool 130.
Right now he's awful. He's like he's worse. But I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that he is off to a slow start, and I don't think he's personally. If I was managing or general managing, I would not have Austin Slater be my guy on my team. I'm playing Elliot Ramos. There's no comparison. Ramos is a 4+ tool guy. He's 24. You got to play these guys.
Yep.
And I'm not having Austin Slater take his spot. I'm also not. And Matos is not going down. He's my everyday center fielder for the rest of the year until he proves he can't play at the position. Luis Matos is a guy that he belongs. He can hit. He's not afraid of the moment. Yaz is Yaz. Great right fielder, not a great hitter. Gets streaky a little bit at times and can, but not a consistent hitter.
Yep.
So, yeah, Alive, I agree. I think I've said that many times. There's no upside for Ahmed Slater. There's just not.
Right.
At some point, you might have to start thinking, what are you going to do with Soler if he can't get going? You might be looking to, what I may be doing if I'm the Giants, and if I've got somebody that's got some interest in Soler, I might consider moving him and making Luciano my DH.
Who the hell would be interested in Soler right now? That's the problem.
Oh, a good team.
Think so?
A good team. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You put him on the Yankees. You put him on the Braves again. You put him on the Orioles. You put him on the Dodgers, the Astros, teams that have deep lineups. Soler will be fine. He won't hit you for average, but he'll start popping homers. Phillies, Eddie K, Phillies. Soler be fine on certain teams. He's not this lineup. Hiroku says no way they take his 3-year contract. Yeah, Giants might have to eat some of that contract.
Let's think about this. La Stella, how many years did he sign for?
3.
How many years did he last?
1.5 or 2. I can't remember. 2.
Haniger signed a 3-year contract. How many years did he last?
1.
Soler signed a 3-year contract. How long does he last?
I don't know.
Tell me Farhan is some kind of genius in signing people.
DeSclafani, 3-year contract. He lasted.
DeSclafani, how many years?
2.
Come on. Where's the Farhan defenders now? Come on. Let's get serious here.
Right. Matthew, you're exactly right. Someone would take him.
Exactly.
There won't be much of a return. There'll be a bag of peanuts. It'll be a Ryan McKenna type if they don't eat the contract. I mean, if the Giants are not giving any money.
They have to eat the money.
Oh, I don't think they have to eat it all. I think they can.
Not all of it, but they're.
I think they would have to eat this year's salary and maybe half of next. Where he's getting. What is he getting? He didn't get 15 a year, I don't think, did he? I think he got a little less. Let me look.
It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous in the things I find. And I love when people say, well, Farhan got rid of Stripling and DeSclafani and Haniger. Well, guess what? Who signed those guys in the first place? Who signed them in the first place? Yeah, it was Farhan. This guy isn't as much as a genius as everyone says he is, or so some people say. That's why I have issues.
Okay, so Soler has a $10 million contract this year, $16 million the next 2 years. So yeah, so you're probably only looking at about $6 million to eat this year, maybe 6,500, 6.5 million. And if you ate 8 million next year, so let's say you ate 14 million and the other team was only on the hook for 16 plus 8, 24 million for 2.5.
I think it's going to be the other way around. I think the Giants need to eat most of it.
They may, but you know what? Let's not give up completely on Soler yet. He can turn it around. The problem is,
if he's not doing anything by July, Dan,
he's not in the right fit. He's not a leadoff guy.
Nope.
And
he's not a number 2 guy.
He's not a number 2 guy. He's a 4th or 5th, but on a team with other people that are hitting the ball.
Yes.
You know what I would do? I would stick him right now. I would put Matos behind him. I would put Matos behind him because he's hot, and you don't want to face Matos with Soler on base.
So Soler will get,
I mean, Matos right now is a RBI machine.
Yes, he is.
So put him 4th and put Matos 5th. Or put him 5th and put Matos 6th. But I'm not putting Matos any lower than – what they put Matos tonight? 3rd?
Oh, shoot. I can't remember. I think so. Yeah, they had him batting 3rd. Correct.
Yeah. I like Matos in the 5th spot. Or I like him in the 2nd spot. I wouldn't mind Soler and then Matos, because now you're starting with, you're giving a guy a chance. I mean, think about it. You got an open base, let's say, and Soler comes up and Matos behind him. You're not going to want to pitch around Soler.
Where would you want to bat Soler?
I was saying, if you're going to bat Soler 1, put Matos 2.
Oh, God, I don't want to see him at 1, though.
Wherever you put him, put your best hitter
Matos behind him. That's what I was just going to say. So maybe.
So, but you can't put Soler up at. You put him in the 4th spot, and you got guys on. He's not driving them in. Yes, exactly, Matthew. He needs support. He needs pitchers to pump him strikes because they're afraid of the hitters around him. That's exactly what I'm saying. When that happens, Soler is a monster. When it doesn't happen, he's bad. That's exactly what I'm saying. The best hitter right now is Matos. And it will probably be the next best hitter is probably going to be Conforto when he comes back.
Well, right now, Chapman,
yeah. Put a hot hitter behind Soler. That's all you got to do.
Exactly.
Because Soler needs protection because he chases pitches out of the zone. Man, he's got the worst looking swing at pitches that are off speed and down low and out of the way. He looks like he's trying to go, I don't know if it's a bad game of golf, but it's a swing that looks like it's kind of like it almost looks like bocce ball. Like, what how you get that big thing with bocce and you hit round ball with the big round thing. It looks like he's just trying to it's a weird looking swing.
Don't you throw a bocce ball? Or a bocce ball? Don't you throw those?
Maybe I got the wrong.
You're thinking of croquet.
Maybe that is. Maybe that's
croquet with the wooden mallet.
Yeah. What is bocce ball? Is that the one you throw on the?
That's the court? One you throw on. Yeah, correct.
Okay, yeah. You're right. Okay.
I know what you're talking about. Well, croquet is what you're talking about.
Croquet game, yes. Croquet. Yes. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I am talking exactly this. That's what Soler looks like he's swinging up there. Croquet. Thank you.
There you go. Croquet.
Game of croquet, everybody. Should we play some?
Hit it through the wickets.
Yeah. That is the game. All right. Well,
let's throw out the link. Where's Giovanni? I know he's out there.
Yeah, Giovanni.
I know you're out there. I already saw you, Giovanni. You can't hide. I saw you out there. Don't make me label you a liar, Giovanni. You're the one that said that your word is good as gold.
Matthew says he should have claimed Chapman. Who claimed him?
I thought he was on someone's team, to be honest with you. Could be
I thought he put on waivers by Mike, and then did he come back off? I haven't looked at your.
Let's take a gander.
Hold on here. Matt Chapman. Of course. He's on Glenn's team.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought he had him. Yeah, he had him. He has all the Giants, man. I think he's been gone. I'm pretty sure Glenn has had him for a while.
Oh, okay. Maybe so. I did not know that. Okay. Okay.
Dodgers losing to Arizona.
Are they?
Yeah. 3-7.
Mean 7-3?
Yeah. I'm just looking at it the way because I got Daniel Hudson and it says mid of the 7th, 3-7.
Let me see here. Okay, hold on. Hold on here. Let me look at something. I was looking for something. Where did that go? I'll have to catch it later.
Jock Peterson just hit a 3-run shot to make it 7-3. There it is. Interesting.
Okay. All right.
It's only middle of the 7th, though, so plenty of time for
LA. I think Arizona gets it done tonight.
Think so? Who's pitching right now for Arizona? I'm guessing it's bullpen right now, right?
Didn't Fott start?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Fott has gone 6 innings, give 7 Ks.
Ooh. Wow.
0.83 whip. Wow.
Had a good game.
He's probably done for the evening. 6 innings pitch. That's a quality start, right?
That's what I'm guessing.
Quality start in today's
hopefully whoever has him to get the win because you know how that goes.
Yeah. I
had a Monica go for me his last start. He went 7 innings but couldn't get the win because no one scored a damn run.
Wow. That guy's pitching well. Pitching really.
Oh, you said that, D-Shot? I must have missed that. My bad. D-Shot was first with the news that Jock hit a 3-run shot.
There you go. Thank you, D-Shot.
Appreciate it, buddy. All right, here, let's take a look at the poll. I haven't seen.
Yeah, check it. Let's check that poll out. What was the poll again? Who's making the lineup out?
Who is constructing the daily lineup? Melvin, 28%. Farhan, 72%. 96 votes.
Really?
Not too bad. I'll end it.
Wait. Don't end it yet.
Well, it's already over.
Oh, man. I didn't get to vote.
That's all good. We had 90-something votes. That's not bad. There we go. Well, there you go. That's what people think. People think it's Farhan.
Well, I mean, come on. Ryan McKenna? Just because he's right-handed? You could have kept Fitzgerald up and not wasted a 40-man roster spot. If you got Slater coming back and Conforto, what do you need Ryan McKenna for?
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, unless you're planning on DFAing him and that nobody picks him up and he
So-
accepts the minor league, and you have depth. You have minor
Fitz-
league depth now.
Fitzgerald plays in outfield anyway, so you option out Fitzgerald, who plays in the outfield anyways, and he's right-handed. And so you bring up McKenna, who you're probably going to DFA anyways when Slater has to come back. What is going on, man? What is going on?
Yeah.
It's Looney Tunes, man.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Getting fancy with the 40 man. That's what it is, Dan.
Yep. 40 man. Exactly.
That's what it is. That's all Farhan does. That's all he does. He just works at the bottom of the 40. That's all he does.
Yep. Constantly shuffling the 40 roster. Exactly. Oh boy. Yeah. It's mind-boggling. Absolutely.
It is. I don't get it, man. I don't.
Yeah. What do you do? What do you do? You know?
Right. Go along for the ride.
Yeah. So
yeah, I know it's Farhan being Farhan. I know that. It still just boggles my mind that they brought this guy back.
Yeah.
Will Martinez, what has Kapler been up to? Gonna have to check his IG. Don't you give him a follow, Dan?
It's on there. I never look at it.
Oh yeah.
I never look at it. Yeah. It just only when it pops up am I reminded that maybe I'll look. I've kind of moved off of Gabe, beat that, yeah. So anyway,
look at that. The link's been out there forever. What happened to Giovanni? Just like Kaiser Sose disappears.
Yep. He doesn't have it in him. So what do you say? So
just saw. He goes, oh boy. Oh, must be something good. Must be something good. Will Martinez.
What did he say? Just saw what?
Because he said he was looking at his IG and then he said, just saw. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Yeah. Matthew's asking the question about Farhan. We don't really know, Matthew, if he ever signed that extension or not. Nothing's been published. We've asked Susan Slusser, was it ever signed? I asked her directly. Then she blocked me a couple weeks. Unrelated, but she didn't answer the question. So, yeah. Imagine if we had Giovanni actually show up in the room and he had the courage to actually show up and
figures.
And when he showed up,
what do you got going? You're figuring something out.
Let's just say he comes into the screen and he's afraid to show up because when he actually shows up, it's this guy.
I knew it.
It's that guy. That is Giovanni.
Is that Giovanni?
Is that Giovanni? Come on, Giovanni. Is that you? Is that you?
He does. Giovanni does talk bad about Sabian quite often, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He hammers after Webb. He hammers after Doval. But he loves Meckler. Yeah, you notice that? He loves Meckler. Who else did he? He loves Schmidt. Interesting, Dan. Maybe
it is.
You notice that Giovanni, man? He's high on those guys.
Yeah, he's high on all those guys. Yeah. We figured him out. We figured him out.
That's why Giovanni doesn't come. And he says his word is good as gold. I mean, we've already determined that Farhan's a liar. So, I mean, there you go. I mean, it all fits, right?
Hey, can we play a little KMBR clip?
Sure.
Courtesy of KMBR.
You got it. Did you figure out your
Sound?
Twitter stuff?
What was I going to do with my Twitter stuff?
Where you could show it? Is that where you're playing it on? Or are you just playing it straight off the
playing
website?
Playing it off a web. Yeah. Here we go. I don't know what this is. It says this detailed explanation on trades. So I can't hear it. So
wait, there's YouTube, isn't it? I don't know if I would do that.
Is it YouTube? Oh,
yeah,
it is
YouTube. I want to play their YouTube.
Okay, it's YouTube thing. All right. I wanted to.
You can probably read what they ever said, though.
I don't know what they said. I wanted to play something off of Farhan. Just 95-7 the game. No idea where Farhan Zaidi's Giants are going. That was interesting. A couple weeks ago. Interesting. Wow.
Can we do a Kapler food review for good old times?
I can only perform. Hey, here's an interesting. Read this one, Eric. This is an old one when Farhan got hired by the Dodgers. Let's just see what they were saying about Farhan in 2014, 10 years ago. Ready?
10 years ago.
Look at the date on that.
Yep. November 10th, 2014.
And this is in the, is this the LA Times? What is this? I don't know what this was in.
LA Times.
Okay. So go ahead and read this.
By Steve, what was it? Dilbeck? Steve Dilbeck. Okay, listen up, geeks. All you data-loving, worship at the feet of Nate Silver types. I can only perform this public service for so long. At some point, you must walk on your own. As some may have noticed, the Twittersphere got all worked up, or at least a small portion that's home to sabermetric fans, when I wondered if the Dodgers front office might be going a tad overboard with hiring of so many analytic types. This came after Farhan Zaidi, who has a bachelor's from MIT and a doctorate from Cal in economics, was hired as the A's to become the Dodgers' new general manager. The nerd army was at the gates. So the Dodgers have a news conference to introduce Zaidi, and he opens it up by asking if I'm in attendance. I brought my mini screwdriver in case you want to leave your laptop with me after we're done, he said. Zaidi and everyone laughed, which of course was his objective. Besides, I don't really own a laptop. Never saw reason to upgrade my nifty Commodore 64. You got to scroll that up.
Oh, okay.
I had a Commodore 64 back in the day. But the nerd army got giddy for all the wrong reasons, which can happen when you spend 16 hours a day crunching numbers. Somebody on Twitter sent me a picture of a guy who had been burned. Mark Townsend posted on Yahoo Sports that my last post had been insulting to geeks, I guess, and then wrote Farhan Zaidi, 1, Steve Dilbeck, 0. I'm not sure what Craig Calcaterra thought, but given the hardball talk blogger called me ignorant and suggested my job should be in jeopardy, I'm thinking he was air high-fiving. I have no idea why geeks are so thin-skinned, but maybe it goes back to all those high.
We know we have several geeks that are out there on Twitter still.
We couldn't see a tongue-in-cheek if it was tickling their keyboard. They're kind of a tight-knit group, all gravitating toward each other on that natural outlet, the internet.
Boy, nothing's changed in 10 years.
But fortunately for the Dodgers, Zaidi doesn't take himself too seriously, which is one of the first things he wanted to demonstrate. Geeks take note. He can laugh at himself, such a concept. Zaidi came across as extremely personable, even if he was the smartest guy in the room. A room, and I hate to break this to Zach Greinke, that included team president and CEO Stan Kasten. None of which eliminated the concern that the Dodgers could be at risk of loading the front office with analytic-driven to the point of making the more traditional baseball mind an endangered species. Remember the scene in Moneyball, in which A's general manager Billy Beane is leading a staff meeting filled with traditional, old-school baseball types, and the lone sabermetric voice at the table is the Paul DePodesta character. The Dodgers have added president of baseball operations, Andrew Friedman, GM Zaidi, vice president of baseball operations, Josh Burns, farm director, Gabe Kapler, and scouting director, Billy Gasparino. Gasparino. All with strong sabermetric and economic backgrounds. Kapler has strong sabermetric.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. C, their very own Geek Squad, which naturally, you statisticians try to stay with me on this, leads to the question, could there become too many analytic voices at the table and not enough traditional baseball minds? I suppose if they were all sabermetric people, that would be too many, Zaidi said. This is something Stan has preached to us and something we're taking to heart. We need a balanced approach. Caston, who had sat quietly by throughout the lengthy news conference since initially introducing Zaidi, chose this moment to interject. I think we are now developing or on our way to developing a proficiency in analytics that will require us to remember the importance of the wise old owls, the experience of baseball scouts, and I'll be continuing to remind them. More scouts, and more of that kind of input, because it does for sure require all that kind of input.
So what did Zaidi do when he got in charge?
He got rid of them all. Well, not all of them.
He got rid of almost half of the scouts. So he didn't. That could be the reason right there why the Dodgers are developing better players than the Giants in their farm system. More scouts. Yeah. So there you go. There you have it right there. So Zaidi didn't take that. So you know that he's the true nerd.
I see what you're saying. Because when Zaidi showed up to LA, he wasn't the guy running the show.
No. So when he got
when he came here to San Francisco,
so
he had the reins.
Yeah, he had the reins, and he got rid of scouts. He didn't go more scouts; he went less scouts.
Yes, and he did it exactly opposite of what Caston did.
And so, why are the Dodgers head and shoulders above the Giants continually?
Because they're using both.
Because they're using both, exactly. And Zaidi is using all of this, whatever you want to, all the analytics, and he's overly emphasizes it. And he is the true nerd. He's the nerd of nerds. All right, I'll finish this up.
Go for it.
This is all very logical, which you think would be right up the analytic alley. Instead, when I previously raised the question, they offered outrage and overreaction. I feared my Commodore would suddenly come down with a virus. The general theme was I had been dismissive and insecure, and this war had been fought and won by the calculator group of the previous decade. If the war was to raise the level of sabermetrics awareness, victory to the nerds. If it was to increase the input of analytic minds throughout baseball and every club, conquest. But if the perceived war was to make sabermetrics the driving force in every baseball decision, sorry, that was never the battle. They are a tool widely used and respected now, but a tool, not with Farhan. It's been the all out. I mean, Farhan brings up guys for a series.
Yes.
Because there's a left-handed for matchups in a series. Okay, that's overdoing it. We're the Dodgers. We have incredible resources. We have high expectations, Zaidi said. We need to be the best at everything. I don't think we're in position to make trade-offs of saying we're a stat organization or a scouting organization. We want to do everything at the absolute peak level. His background may be in behavioral economics, but Zaidi clearly does not appear to be someone easily pigeonholed. Baloney. That's all I can say. If sabermetrics still seems in its relative adolescence, at some point all teams will be on an even statistical playing field. No one will catch Farhan at this. He's head and shoulders the leader of this. Well, the Tampa Bay guys, or the Miami guys, kind of a geek now they signed, but baseball has always been about numbers. But this whole advanced metrics thing kind of started with a quirky, what the heck's that? Metallurgist? What is it? How do you say that word?
Metallurgist?
Metallurgist, yeah. Have you ever heard that word?
Metallurgist, yeah. Studies metals.
Okay. It started with a quirky metallurgist who wanted to prove Ty Cobb was a better baseball player than Babe Ruth. He was Earnshaw Cook, whose slide rule is in the Hall of Fame, which even the geeks would have to admit is kind of funny. So interesting. So to me, this was when Farhan was just, a glorified GM. He was an assistant GM, basically, to Andrew Friedman. But I'll say this about the Dodgers. Their emphasis on analytics has cost them World Series.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dave Roberts has mismanaged the playoffs by yanking pitchers who are dealing, and he takes them out, and they've gone on to lose those games. So I don't know. I think the Dodgers, they win on talent, and then they lose it when they stop playing just baseball and just go with the gut and the eye test. I mean, sometimes you just got to manage based on feel for the game.
Yep.
So, all right, man. I think we are about out of time.
Yep. Tomorrow, what do you think? How do you think it's going to go, man?
Snell versus Jones?
Yeah.
What's the line?
Take a gander. Let me see what Jones. I'm going to take a look at the
betting line tomorrow.
Let me take a look at the numbers here. I already know what this Snell's got like an 11 ERA, but he's probably going to be different.
Oh, you can't.
Oh, he's got a sub-3 ERA.
Who, Jones?
Yeah. 2.89.
I'm just going to look at the line for tomorrow and see what it is.
Interesting. I don't know, man. This is going to be tough for the Giants. I mean, the Giants took care of them in Oracle Park.
All right, tomorrow. Hold on here. Just one sec. One sec here. I'm looking at this line. Well, the Giants are favored. Interesting. Giants are favored tomorrow. Over under 7.5. Interesting.
7.5.
7.5 runs.
I think that's an under. What do you think? Well, I don't know. It depends how bad Snell is.
Yeah.
I mean, he could easily give up a 4 spot.
Might be a good bet if you want to make some money. Take the Pirates and maybe
because the way the Giants have been playing? I don't know.
Well, just the Giants don't always play Pittsburgh very well. Okay, so you get Giants. Where the heck they go? Okay. Oh, that's the is it the money line? Wait a minute. Spread. Money line. Well, if you look at the actual money line, the Pirates are favored. Yeah. $10 to bet on the Giants to win. You win $10.20. So you only make, 20 cents on the deal. Whereas if you bet $10 on the Pirates, hold on, I got it. I don't want this. Where'd the darn money line go? Hold on, guys. 1 second here. Jeez.
Have a good one, Vespa. Thanks for showing up, man.
Okay, so if you bet on the Pirates, $10. Oh no, wait. I take it back. Giants are favored there. Giants. It's not a big. It's close, but yeah. Fossey says bet on the Pirates. That way, if the Giants lose, at least you win some money. Yeah, that was always my philosophy. Yeah, 7.5 is both, Matthew, right? Yeah, so 7.5 runs. That means it's 4-3. Anything 4-3 game or less, you win if you bet the under. But if it's 5-3 or 7-1, anything 8 runs or more, you lose if you bet the under. We win if you bet the over. Yeah, so they're saying they won't combine score more than that. That's the line, 7.5. So anyway, guys, it was a tough one. Giants lose. Yeah, you're right, Hiroku. I was confused there for a minute. I was looking at the wrong lines. That's why I lost millions with Shohei's money. Yep. So, hey, guys, we'll be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Doggone Pacers tonight. If you were watching the Pacers Celtics game, if you're a Celtic hater like me, man, did the Pacers throw away this game or what?
How much were they up by?
They had the ball with 27 seconds left, and they're up by 3. And Halliburton is dribbling near the half-court line, and Drew Holiday is guarding him, and he makes Halliburton turn the ball over. So the Celtics get the ball back with I can't remember, 20 seconds, 18 seconds, something like that. Oh, and just before that, the Pacers had the ball up by 3. Check this out. They had the ball up by 3. They throw it to a guy in the front court, and he drops the ball, and it goes out of bounds. Celtics ball. Celtics come down, don't score. Pacers get the ball back. Halliburton turns it over. Celtics get the ball back. Down 3. They try a 3-pointer. It's no good. Pacers get the rebound, and they foul him or something. Celtics foul him, so the Pacers take the ball out. 8.5 seconds left. They're still up by 3. And they throw it in, and they throw it away, and it goes back to the Celtics.
Wow.
This is the third shot the Celtics have had to tie the game in the last 40 seconds. All right? Then the Celtics have the ball, and 8.5 seconds left. They call timeout. What you want to do in this time is foul them so that they can't make a 3-pointer. If you foul them, you send them to the free throw line with 6-7 seconds left. They got to make 2 and then foul again, and it becomes a way big advantage for Indiana. They don't foul them, and the Jaylen Brown hits a 3-pointer in the corner, ties it up.
Wow.
5 seconds left. Pacers come down, get a final shot, don't make it, goes to overtime, and of course the Celtics win. So,
wow.
They had 3 shots at just closing the game out by just holding on to the ball and making them foul you and shoot free throws, go up 4, maybe 5 points, hopefully 5, and the game's over. But nope. Hey, my battery is going dead here. Hold on. Am I plugged in? Oh, there we go. I stepped on it and unplugged I'm just going to lose my. All right. So that's it. But we'll be back tomorrow night. Same time. Let's plan on 8:15.
8:15 sounds
Yeah,
good.
8:15. We'll split.
And who's pitching again for the Giants? We didn't even say that. Oh no, never mind. Snell. That's right. Never mind.
Snell. Yeah.
Who's pitching the last game again?
Let's take a look. Is it to be known?
Harrison?
It should
or
be.
no.
Oh,
no. It'd be Black. It's going to be Black. Remember, bulk innings, Black. Bulk innings, Black.
Let's see. Thursday, they've got Skeens against Black. Yep.
That's going to be a mess. That's going to be a mess. They have to win tomorrow. Tomorrow is a must win if they want to salvage this series.
Yeah. Yeah. Fossey says Boston in 6. I think Indiana, man, could take them, but they got to play smarter. Yeah, Greg says, don't get sweat. And then someone said Luciano had a big error. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. I'm ready to go. I am. Fossey's right. I'm sleepwalking. I'm tired. Okay. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Giants take one on the chin big time. Not more. They didn't take it on the chin. They took it in the nuts.
Okay. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that was a
team. It was
that
a
was
team.
That wasn't a chin shot. That was right in the guts, right in the nuts, in the nuts with no cup. That one.
I mean,
yeah.
Think about it. I mean, the scoring opportunities they missed on, even though they had 6 runs, which is fine, but they could have added on easily. And then the 9th inning was just a total fiasco.
Yeah. That should have been the title of the show. Giants take it in the nuts tonight. Or what would have been a proper title for YouTube? Giants tough loss. Take one and take a shot.
In the description, I just said one word: brutal.
Brutal? Was that? I didn't even see the thumbnail.
Yeah, it's in the description, not the title.
Oh, okay. The other one could have been Giants, if you want to get real technical, take it in the gonads.
Okay.
There we go. Work. Yeah.
He can't do what a rush after this kind of a loss, man. How about after the next win? That may not be till New York.
Ow, that's ow, ow. Hit my knee on the table. You ever done that underneath your chair?
It's better than the gonads. Oh, man.
All right, guys. Thanks, Ryan. We'll see you guys tomorrow night, 8:15.
Tomorrow night, 8:15. See you then. We'll see if we'll see the liar tomorrow. You're a liar!
Eric, who were you saying maybe would join us? Who was that? The liar?
Giovanni.
Okay.
Giovanni.
Didn't he say he would come in the show?
Good as gold.
Good. His word is good as gold.
That's 2 times in a row. Even though he made an appearance in the beginning of this show, but in the last show on Sunday, he said he was going to come and never saw him.
Wow. That's interesting.
That's
very interesting. Wow. We'll see if he has the courage to show up.
Nope.
Don't think so?
Nope.
All right. All right, everybody. That was just a little extra for you. See you tomorrow night, 8:15. Later.
See ya.